Hello friends, good afternoon. Today at Techvaria, we are going to explore how to set up a new company in United Arab Emirates. So let's start with setting up a new company with a new database for our UAE company, which is purely a trading company. So I am picking up my sales, accounting, inventory and purchase module to start with. And then I will give the name of the company with the name like I am main UAE company, and then company is UAE, and I am doing start now. So Odoo will generate a database for us very quickly on Odoo Online platform. So you can subscribe to Odoo Online by paying just per user per month fees, and you are good to go to create your own database. So this is a very first step to start with Odoo, where you can set up your own database with your required trading business applications like sales, purchase, inventory, and accounting. So let's see how exactly this setup works. So once this particular setup is done, then you can see a company is generated with all the default application which are required, and we can start with a basic accounting setup where United Arab Emirates package of fiscal localization is already loaded. Now with version 19 of Odoo, you can see like we can enable a secondary language option to print on invoice, credit note, debit note, and vendor bill, which is a fantastic feature launched by Odoo. I am enabling that, and let's jump to standard taxation where you can see a sales tax and a purchase tax are already set up with a standard 5% of taxing, and then we can see all other standard accounting setup as it is. And I want to measure my stock with perpetual accounting with Anglo-Saxon basis, and if any discrepancy is there, I would like to pass a daily or let's say monthly, and my pricing strategy will be always the average costing. This is my basic setup. I can review my chart of account very quickly over here for my main company where I have all this standard accounting, and then based on our version 19 setup I will create a new particular chart of accounts to handle my variation stock over here. So I think this is already been used. So I am giving a new account code and variation of stock I am defining over here, and in my standard stock account, so inventory raw material is there where I will define a variation of stock over here. So everything is set up as a base. Now what happens is in my company setup, I will also review the standard fiscal localization or taxes. So taxes are this Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Ajman. Every local city will have their own taxation with all extended taxation is already configured within standard chart of accounts, which is loaded as a fiscal localization. So 0% exempted is there, then reverse tax refund is there. So all these taxes are already loaded. Now if I see inactive tax, there is no inactive tax, but there are some taxes like reverse charge on purchase is already set, and with each and every region you can see a separate tax. So whenever you are finally done with your purchase and sales invoicing or billing, then you can see a final report over here with the standard tax. Now what I will do, I will create a secondary company like Free Zone Company 1, where you know Free Zone 1, and this company is located at Ras Al Khaimah. Okay, so this is the company which I am creating as a secondary company. So over here, my main company is there and Free Zone company is also launched. So in now accounting, I can able to switch to Free Zone company and also see the default chart of accounts as a standard where everything is available, including the taxes. Okay, so now what happens when you are making a transaction of purchase in Free Zone company? So let's say you are making a purchase, but before that, in our standard accounting, we can enable the multi-currency setup. So I want to trade with US dollar also, and I will trade in euro also. So these are the two separate currency I am setting right now in my basic. I would also like to set this Gulf Cooperation Council format in Arabic as a secondary. And over here, now I want to fetch the rate on daily basis or maybe on weekly basis. So let me put, manually right now, and then I am fetching the automatic currency rate from Central Bank of UAE and running this right away. So in Free Zone company, my currencies rate will be automatically set where UAE is 180 as well as Euro and USD will have their respective rates. So 3.67 is the standard rate which I am getting always from our standard bank. Now, I would also like to set up the secondary, currencies in main UAE where currencies are enabled. But now what I will do, I will also fetch the currency rate for my main UAE company over here. So in this way, now I am set with my separate currency rates over here where everything is set in this. Now, the next step when you are doing sales within internal company, what you need to do is you need to set intercompany transaction, which will enable you to create sales to purchase or purchase to sales and bill to invoice automatically in both the company. So once I am enabling that, I would like to set everything including stock moves between the companies. So based on this, my intercompany transactions can be logged. Now in my secondary company, I will also go and create my Free Zone warehouse. So this Free Zone warehouse has been created in Free Zone company and main UAE has warehouse main UAE company. Okay, so this is what I have created. Now in order to make it smooth, I will also enable the multi-step route. So once it is done, I also need to set up the intercompany transaction in both the companies. So in going to general setting, I will go to intercompany transfer and transaction. Then in main UAE, I will also enable everything over here. And then I will be using this as an operation. Now in Free Zone company also, I will set up my purchase journal and everything. Now in order to differentiate your sales and purchase, in accounting for Free Zone, let me create a separate journal like intercompany journal. The type is the purchase journal. IC1 I am going to use. So this is for intercompany Free Zone. Okay, so ICFZ1. So intercompany Free Zone journal I have created over here, and for any intercompany transaction in my setting, what I will be using that particular journal to hold the transaction. So this can give me the separate purchase logs over here. Now for here also I will create another journal. So in main UAE company I will create intercompany main UAE, type is purchase ICMU1. So these journals are set and I am going to set under intercompany. So my purchases can be separate out. So this is where my intercompany is done. Now what we will do, whenever I am doing any purchase, like Free Zone is always making a purchase from international market. So let's say my USA vendor 1, I am creating a vendor in USA over here and then giving United States and New Jersey, as well as under their sales and purchase, like whenever I am buying, the supplier preferred currency will be USD. Okay, so over here the supplier's currency is set as a USD, and then I will create a Euro vendor company. Over here I will keep maybe company let me check. So over here what I am doing, I am creating the vendor company. So in vendor, Euro vendor is there. So European region is not coming. Let me check the database. So I will type just, let's say, a company from Belgium and Antwerp I am doing a transaction with, and then my supplier currency is always Euro over here. So now things are set up. I am making my first purchase from USA vendor for my trade product 1, which I am creating trade product 1 over here. I want to track my inventory, and then the things come to the goods which I want to value over here. And if any variation comes, like cost of goods sold in trading will be used. So let me create a separate variation account over here also in chart of accounts. Now I am going and creating another cost of goods account, copying this, stock variation account, type will be cost of revenue. Once it is done, I am going into general configuration, and then I will check my inventory setup, where I will set perpetual and daily and average costing, and these are my standard valuation account. Now in my inventory I will set that variation account over here. So stock variation account will be used always over here. Now everything is almost set and done. Let's make our first purchase. So I am making a purchase in Free Zone 1 very quickly. So over here now system is taking. So in my purchase, I am doing a request for quotation right now over here. So from my USA vendor, I am buying 100 unit worth, the things over here. So let me save. But if I am loading USA vendor again, the currency will be automatically fetched to USD and all the billing will be done in USD only. So I confirm the order and I am going to receive this particular product. Now you can see the automatic fiscal position has been settled by Odoo, where 5% RC, like reverse charge of tax, has been calculated, so there will be no tax. And I am going to validate this and I am done with my purchase. So as soon as I go with my purchase, I can upload a copy of my bill, or else I can directly go over here and create a vendor bill where there will be no tax will be filed, because I am importing the goods in my free zone company over here. So this is how your first vendor bill is created very quickly. You just need to give a vendor bill in your free zone company and you are done with that. Now what happens is, in your inventory, when you go to your stock report, you can see the trade product 1 with your local currency, like 3.67 was the standard rate, where you can see 100 units are on hand, and then your entire stock valuation will be here. Now what happens is, like, main UAE company is buying something from free zone, the same product. So I'm switching to main UAE company and creating a purchase order in the name of my free zone company. So in free zone company, I am buying, let's say, 10 units, so that the currency rate is automatically set to AD, because both the companies are registered under UAE. And when I am buying from main company, the 5% tax is applied, because I am purchasing from a free zone company where my price is, let's say, 480 for this, and I am confirming the order. And the same way, when I confirm the order, the system will automatically create a sales order against main UAE company for the same 10 unit at 480, where 5% tax is applicable to the customer main UAE. Now let's see the tax part right now under my taxation. Now you can see all the taxes which is available over here. So Ras Al Khaimah RK tax over here in my sales order. If I go, then RK tax is applicable over here in this company. So this is how Odoo is automatically fetching the things. Now in my sales in free zone, it is generating a delivery where my 10 units are already reserved and I am done with that. So on the other hand, in my purchase, when I move to the main UAE company, I will see my purchase order, and then in receipt, that 10 units are already synchronized because of that intercompany transaction setup. And then I'm validating this and I'm done with my purchase also over here. Now I will just create a bill over here in free trade zone company where the tax is there. Now what happens on other hand, when I switch to free zone company and I'm going into accounting and customer invoices, in my vendor bills, now we can see USA, that original bill is created over here in main UAE company. When I switch, now this free zone bill is created over here, and for my customer invoice, now it is under that I am registering the sales, so there is no sales over here. There was a purchase against free zone company. So vendor bill is created over here with my purchase. Now I go into my free zone company and then I go to my sales, and then I will just create an invoice for the same, and then I confirm it. So this is how now my entire accounting will work based on this. Now in free zone company, when I go to accounting and reporting and corporate tax report, now we can see this tax percentage is levied over here with corporate tax, and then we can see the final tax report where we can switch to a generic tax or account by tax report over here, where in free zone there is no tax register. Where I switch to UAE company, you know, I need to switch to year 2026, and then I can see my standard rate expense where VAT and expense and all other inputs are here. Now in free zone company in 2026, I can see against Russell Khema has registered the VAT amount over here. So in synchronization of both the companies, you can have a separate tax report each over here in your standard tax report. Generic tax report will also represent the region-wise or city-wise taxation. In free zone, then in main UAE, the same 5% standard purchase tax is applied. When you enable both the company, you can see the combined, tax report. Then I need to enable the tax unit configuration over here where you can see both the tax together. So once I enable the developer mode, I can configure a tax unit multi-company, and then I will use both the company. Over here, and again I go to my standard tax report. When I enable both, it should show the horizontal group multi-company in my tax unit. So in tax unit over here in multi-company, now I can see all the combined report of both the company. So you can see standard tax, which is Russell Khema, has been enabled. If I disable only one company, now you will not see RAK tax over here anymore. So tax unit I have defined for both the company, and then you can finalize your final tax report over here combinedly. So this is how your intercompany transaction will smoothly work with both the main company and child company together in UAE. So in UAE, if you want to set up your business very quickly on Odoo, especially your trade business, we at Techvaria can help you out to configure all your product, your accounting, your policies, your taxation, which is out of box available in Odoo, and many more things in intercompany transaction with your bank journal, with automatic bank synchronization and everything. So do reach us out at techvaria.com to help us to set up your business quickly on Odoo. If you have any question, reach out to us on techvaria.com or email me, or you can definitely reach us on LinkedIn or YouTube. Thank you very much. Have a good day.